All right. Yeah, I'm going Japanese just because I prefer that. Alright, let's do this. You assume it's my first time, you assume incorrectly. I've played this game at least twice before, but it's fun. Love the background of that. That's really cool. I love the armor, bro. Way more than what a Mongol would have worn at that time, but... Alright, let's rock. Oh, that sucks. Why are you playing this? This is such a rare thing for you. I know. I don't know. I just wanted to play something different. I didn't feel like doing For Honor right now, and I just want to. I've asked in a poll on my Discord what people wanted me to play, and this one. Not entirely sure why, but hey, you know what? We'll do it. Oh no, on fire. Oh, get over it, man. There we go. He's dead. Come on, old man. Is that the best you can do? I'm voiced by frickin' Zoro. Oh boy. You got this, guys. I believe in you. Let me check chat real quick. So, Raven, was it common for daimyo to wear their kimono over their armor like a surcoat? What? Oh, you mean what he's wearing? Oh, that's a jinbauri. A jinbauri is like a sleeveless coat that you wear over your armor. It's supposed to, like, protect you against the elements and to show your status. But yeah, it's called a jinbauri. And it was common for daimyo and high-ranking samurai to wear those. Look, I'll stop playing Tsushima when we get Yotei. I just hope Yotei's good, man. I've got my concerns. I've got my concerns about it. I've seen some stuff I'm not happy about. New For Honor season looks cool. Have they released a, oh, you're talking about this, never mind. Yeah, you learned it pretty quick, dude.
我に下るか。
Heh. Alright. How am I? I've been better. I just don't feel good. I feel kind of tired. Ooh, maple leaves. Let's go. I appreciate your video on Trek, but is there any media, whether film or shows, that comprises our faith in God? The Chosen's a good one. I don't like Atu carrying all the weapons on her at once. I've been hearing a lot of shit about Yote. Just a whole lot of shit about it. And that just makes me very concerned. It's something that happens a lot with game sequels where the initial game did like super well and was super successful. And so the company says, "Oh shoot, that was so good. Let's do a sequel, but now we're going to take the reins of it," you know, like oh, Compromise. Oh, Hell of a Boss, Has-Been Hotel are pretty shit. They're pretty sacrilegious. The Golden Compass is pretty sacrilegious because it was written by an atheist author who wanted to shit on religion. Raven today or the Katasu Samurai? The Raven Samurai, yeah. How about the Katasubushi? Panty and stocking is another, yeah.
Bushido. 俺の鎧壊れておる。だがあるだけありがたい。
No, I can't go out that way? Okay. Yeah, Hotan's a pretty good enemy. He's a good foil. Your singing was really good, Raven. You enjoy? My singing was terrible. I didn't even want to do it, but my brother begged me. He was like, "Dude, you got to do it, man. You got to sing this." And I'm like, "Nah." The woke allegations are not valid, if you ask me. I've already seen some evidence of it, like the voice actress for Ansu being an absolute activist and going after people. We've seen the tweet evidence of that, so I can't discount that. Now, of course, the game could be totally separate from that. Obviously, like the behavior of the voice actor doesn't necessarily reflect the game. But you can't. But I can't deny either that she has been behaving like a total bitch.
You know. 民の命が。志村殿は戦場におられたか。
地頭の知らないね。
ユナ、待て。志村殿は俺の叔父だ。
あんたが堺人か。
How do I feel about Helldivers adding dragons in the next update? It's not really a dragon, it's more of just a giant terminid that breathes green fire and shit. I think it'll be cool. I'm looking forward to it. Please, I do not want this game to be woke, just I want one game with a badass female protagonist doing badass things without getting a woke allegation. Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade is a game with a awesome female protagonist that does not have woke shit. I would recommend that. What might be your least favorite For Honor character to play as? Mine is Berserker and Lawbringer. My least favorite to play as is probably Varangian. They just bore me. Varangian kind of bores me. I'm also not a fan of Gladiator. Hello, Atla. Man, we're lucky these guys are blind. I'm right on your butt, girl. Anyway, it will be well. Remember that The Last of Us 2 will be. The Last of Us 2 wasn't well received either. It did much worse than the previous game and got a lot more criticism. I'm sorry, it's just one of those things where you have a game that does incredibly well with what it has. Once it does well, the studio higher ups realize it did well and they decide to get their grubby fingers into it for the next one, thinking, oh, it was so good, obviously it'll be just as good next time, you know? And no one will notice when we insert all of our own personal shit into it. That's why I'm always worried and skeptical about sequels to popular games, because I'm always like, please don't ruin what was so good. And The Last of Us 2 is a perfect example of that. I don't want Ghost of Yotei to do the same thing. How's my day? It's been rough, man. In the actual history, they actually get off the beach to any extent, because I thought they basically got on the beach, but then a typhoon came and forced them back to China 2 times. There was a lot of fighting. But they were forced back to China, yes.
稽古中です
What can cause a samurai to become a ronin? Usually failure or or the command of their daimyo. A samurai is a servant to a daimyo, and if they fail their daimyo or their feudal lord, they can be made ronin, which is a big insult. Like, because you're basically a samurai without a master now.
いえ
And let's not forget the movie named Gods and Kings. It was made by atheists who made that movie to attack our faith in God. I haven't seen that one. Hello. How are you? How are you?
何よりもまずその心を鎮めねばならず。
できます叔父上
そうか。
The samurai had plot armor in the actual war. They actually would agree with you. That's why Japan for a long time thought that they were a divine land, because they thought the gods themselves were protecting it. Yeah, Spider-Man 2 is another perfect example. The original Spider-Man was an excellent game. Spider-Man 2 ruined it.
さあ、撃ってこい。わしに当ててみる。よろしい。さように戦えれば技をつけられることもなかったな。
不意をつかれたんです
ではその技をつけた者が戻ってきたら、汚い手もためらわぬ相手から。
No, I get it, Sam. I know you were joking. I know you were joking, but they would agree.
私の方が身軽でしょう間合いの外から疲れるのを待って人たちで
Raven, would you say isekai are the hallmark of anime? Yes, there's a wild or really good one every now and then, but when you see one, you see them all. That's actually a good question, Chris. Because of the new change to chat, everyone's @ is showing now, and I don't see people's actual names, so... I need to lock onto you. How do I lock onto you again? Or do I just not do that now? Pull back, pull back. Hold on, let me finish this up and then I'll answer your question. It's a good one. But let me get back. Come on. Coastal Christian Revert. Okay, yeah, I'll just call you Coastal then. I'm sorry for forgetting. As I was saying. So,
加減しましたね
I would not say that isekai is the hallmark
嘘です
of anime, because you can have various formats of isekai that work really well. But I would say that they are the... Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, isekai could kind of be... I would argue that rom-com anime is your hallmarks, because a lot of rom-com anime follow the exact same formula. Isekai can have unique formulas. Isekai can get creative, but so often they don't, because they know their audience and they know what they're trying to give you. But I can see why you say that, though. I can 100% see why you say that. After seeing your Shrek, I really saw the good movies and oh. I found it hilarious that the Chinese... Oh, sorry. Anyway, found hilarious that the Chinese Community Party condemned Ghost of Tsushima and said they supported the Mongols, even though the Mongols took over China. The Mongols did take over China, but they created an entire Chinese dynasty, which is still recognized today. So I think that they were just more than anything just trying to be a little butthurt, if I'm being honest.
うまいぞジン。
Wish I remembered how to lock on.
手を挙げた。飯の前にあと一つだけと。
Not gonna lie, as good as Ghost of Yotei looks, I have to be skeptical about it if I want to pre-order. That's why I don't. That's why I don't pre-order anything anymore. That's why I don't pre-order anything anymore, because just because the game looks amazing, I can't trust it. Like I just can't. I just can't bring myself to trust anything to pre-order it.
あと
もうしてみよ
Web novels have tend to have a large female audience. One of the biggest format is reincarnated as a villainous stories. They're stupid, and I love them. If only there wasn't so much AI. Oh yeah, the reincarnated as a villainous thing. Yeah, I've seen that a lot too. It's kind of silly.
民を守ること己を守れぬ者らを
う。お前は優しいな。だがまずは主に仕えながら皆に示すのだ。勇気と真偽と節制と。
たやすく思えます
There is no locking in Ghost. Ah, I've just gotten so used to that.
行うは形だ。
What's up, God Chicken?
日々苦心しておる。しかし我らは規律を守ることで民の模範にならねば。
You can turn it on, but that's not that good. Okay.
もちろん武士にとってもな。それが誉れを売る道だ。 I've not her samurai.
Yeah, at this point in time in history, he wouldn't have had a katana. He would have had a tachi. Come on, big guy.
見つけたんだね。
馬はどこにおる
馬屋にいるかも。来て。
And now we run through the grass. Yeah, I just finished up a really good anime. I'm actually going to make a video in the future, probably tomorrow. I might make it tomorrow since I have some time. Because tomorrow's a day off for me. Thank the Lord I need it. But I'm going to make a video where I just share my top 10 best anime for beginners. Like, if you're brand new to anime and have never watched any anime, like, these are the 10 I would recommend. And I just finished one that I'm like, yeah, that's perfect. I would totally watch that as a beginner. It's really, really good. I highly recommend it. Ranma 1.5. Aside from Ranma 1.5, what else is a good rom-com anime you enjoy? Ranma 1.5 isn't really a rom-com. Ranma's more of a martial arts comedy, but I guess you could call it a rom-com. But other rom-coms I like, Kaguya-sama Love is War is a goated one. Like, I love Kaguya-sama Love is War. Tomo-chan as a Girl is excellent. Come on, buddy. Thank you for the shot. But yeah, those two are really good, so I recommend those.
ありがとうございます。お侍は皆死んだと聞きましたが。どこかにかくまってもらえ。
Oh, by the way, Raven, I like your response video to LED, the one they talking about Shrek, and funny enough, it makes me like Shrek movie a bit more since I never was a fan of it. I'm fine with Shrek, it's just not my thing.
あんた無茶ばかりするね。
Raven Kusunoki Misashige used the Nodachi during the Mongol-Japanese War. Cool.
これ以上見殺しにはできぬ。
あんたなら大勢
Wasn't this like the very first game you ever streamed? I don't think it was the first game I ever streamed, but it was one of them, yeah.
猛虎にさらわれ
Death Note? Death Note's a good one to start with. Maid-sama's a good... Wait, Maid-sama. Which one? Maid-sama? I don't think I've seen that one.
高さへ戻ればそれでいいんだ。
I think Tomotan and Spy Family is a must-watch, even if romance isn't your thing. I bet money that you will get a few laughs out of it. Well, I was asked about rom-com anime. I don't think Spy Family is necessarily a rom-com. It's more of a slice-of-life, comedy, action kind of thing. Good team up. Alright, time to pick our horsey.
こやつらは軍馬浜に連れて行かなかった馬だ
命拾いしたね運がいいどの馬に乗りたい
I'll go with this one.
似合ってる
名をつけねばな
Nobu. Raven, I finished watching your Monster Club video earlier. Sarah's my favorite and I like the riddle. Thank you. I'm okay, Aiden. Just rough day. Kind of sore. Kind of tired. I love Vinland Saga. Oh, okay. That one's good. That one's good. What did I name the horse? Nobu. Thank you, Chaotic. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I heard in Ghost of Yotei they say if an enemy hits you very hard, you'll drop your weapon. You know what? As cool as all that sounds, please just make it a good story. In a story-driven game, you need to make a good story as well as good gameplay. I'm sure the gameplay will be amazing because they're going off of what they did with Ghost of Tsushima. But a good gameplay doesn't always save good. And I know no one cares about story. Bullshit. I care about story, and that actually means more to me than gameplay half the time. Alright, time for a standoff. Come on, man. Don't sound surprised. Let me through. Oh, shoot. Got him. There we go. After the backlash, maybe, but not many directors don't anymore, but Sega did after Sonic's first movie design. Yeah, here's something. Raven, how good are you at games where you set traps and fight enemy waves? I can do those pretty well. There's some that I enjoy. Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. There we go. I was reading chat. I wasn't even paying attention. All right, let's go. And he's dead. Anyway. Paul told Timothy not to take concern of false doctrines or devote myths and genealogies that make controversy rather than spreading the joy of God. Yes, he did. Have I watched Kaiju number 8? No, I have not. That's better. All right. How am I? I'm just tired, man. Wait for it. Next. Your turn. Alright. Who's next? How do I like the kill moves of this game compared to For Honor? They're limited, but they're neat. I mean, For Honor just gives you a lot more options. Would the Mongol soldiers be this unarmored, and wouldn't they use more spears? They would not be this unarmored. They wouldn't be as armored as this guy. This guy's wearing way more armor than would probably be around at that point. But, yeah, they'd be more armored than that. They just started Kaiju number 8 season 2. I haven't watched season 1. So Raymond, were you asked to respond to this direct video, or did you want to? I was asked. I had a lot of people asking over and over to have me look at it. Alright, let's go. That's a Griffin move. You can't fool me. It's an interesting way to fight with a glaive, but I like it. And he died. Fun game. And it kind of annoys me a little bit that they also don't show Chinese and Korean soldiers in this, considering how they also were there. Yep. Raven, have you seen Apothecary Diaries? Yes. Yes, I have. I love that anime. It's really, really good. It is really, really good. I have a feeling that you like them Japanese more than English because it makes you feel like you're in an anime, right? No, it has nothing to do with the anime. It just feels more authentic. To me, it just feels more real.
若様、そろそろです。
ああ、今参る。
島中の者がお父上を弔いに来ております。
皆を返してくれ。
何をおっしゃいますか。
Would samurai have that kind of armor?
若
Yeah.
様が堺の家督なの
In
です。
fact, around this time, that was probably more
お
common.
一人ではありませんよ。お父上は風となり導いてくださり、お母上は鳥となり見守ってくださいます。
叔父上は
ご本人がお伝えくださいましょう。
助かった、ユリ。
I mean, I like anime, but I don't let it dictate everything.
堺殿の息子とあらば、お前は我が子。
Just a question, is this game story based on a real life stuff? The story is fictional, but the event that is taking place was a real event. It's the first invasions of either the first or second invasion of the Mongols into Japan, which actually took place historically. But the characters in this, the figures are all fictional. Sorry, Raven, I know you don't like unrelated topics to what you're playing, but there's a game I'd like to tell you about, and I can't use Discord to save my life. Okay. What is it?
ジン、それでも武士か。
父上は私をかばって
息子を守るため戦で死んだのだ。無念はない。それがモノノフ。これからはお前が意志を継げ。あやつの魂はこの太刀に宿っておる。これを父と思え。わしの砦に来るがよい。迎え入れよう。今日は父に別れを告げろ。
Anyway. I'm kind of surprised you don't see that more in Europe. Antler ornaments? I mean, they exist, but not as much. It was Kublai Khan's invasion, right? I think so, yeah. I know that this guy isn't Kublai, he's Hotun. Whenever I play Ghost of Tsushima, I feel like I'm in an anime. Yeah, there are anime elements in it. Yeah, for sure. Raven, is this the closest the Mongols have been to Japan historically? Yeah. Their attempt to invade Japan was the closest the Mongols got physically. Although their influence reached Japan for sure. Made it. Raven, there's a question I wanted to always ask but never remembered. Did the Japanese actually frown down upon assassination such like in the game, or is that just fiction? That is 100% fiction. The samurai, the way this game treats Bushido and honor is very much the romanticized version of Bushido that we've created in the modern day, or rather at least in the Edo period. the actual samurai, particularly at this time period, would have totally embraced what Jin Sakai does. The subterfuge, assassination, sabotage, underhanded tactics. These things were definitely practiced by the samurai and by the Japanese armies. When the Edo period came around and it was relatively a time of peace, the samurai had the luxury to like play around with the ideas of honor and say, oh, well, we samurai would never do stuff like that. We'd never do this dishonorable thing like sneak attacks or assassination or subterfuge. No, they 100% would. Let me put it this way. If you could show a real life samurai from this time period, Jin Sakai's story, they would say, dude, that guy's a real samurai. That guy's a real samurai. And they'd look at his uncle and say, what the hell is wrong with you? He's doing everything right. Oh yeah, the game is beautiful graphically and the gameplay's tight. The gameplay is so fun. Raven, do you read Japanese history? Yeah, I studied it. It was part of my minor in college. My minor in college was East Asian culture and history. And I studied Japanese, Chinese, and Korean history. Yeah, no problem, Nina. Horsey. Best samurai game of all time? Probably the best one I've played.
タカを助けるまでそばを離れるつもりはないよ。ではまず火星を得ねばな。腕が立つといえば石川先生や足立雅子殿、このお二人を。タカだって腕はいい。あの子を助ければ島で一番の鍛冶屋が味方につくんだ。城に忍び込める道具だって作れるよ。では壁を登れるような。タカの腕なら朝飯前さ。捕まった場所はケチのあたりだった。お主は先に行っておれ。後で向かおう。あの子は弱いから長くは持たない。ユナ、必ず弟は助ける。志村様。
I love that I'm hearing Zoro's Japanese voice here. That's so cool. I'll try to hold off until the stream ends. Alright, that's fine. Well, here's the thing. I tell you what, let's get through this opening and I will explain real samurai honor versus what this game says. Because this game, probably the biggest thing it gets wrong is the ideal of honor that the samurai had, but I will explain. I will explain. Let's get through this opening first because it's beautiful. This opening is God tier. Tsushima Island. I love the fact that Tsushima, like the island of Tsushima, the real one, actually gave the developers free passes to come to the island whenever they want because they love this game so much. Will I be playing the DLC as well? Depends on how well the stream goes. Depends on how well the stream goes. We're going to track this location. But before we do it, I'm going to answer the question that was asked. Okay, so let me explain this because it takes some it's complicated. Okay, so what this game tries to say, Jin Sakai's uncle, he is all about Bushido, honor, the samurai way. We don't sneak up on people. We don't stab people in the back. We don't use poison. We don't assassinate. We look our opponent in the eye. We show honor to our opponent. We show honor to ourselves. That's what he believes. This idea of Bushido was developed around the late Edo period. The reason why is because during the Edo period, the samurai were mostly at peace. There were no big wars going on. The samurai had finally reached a point where they didn't have to fight anymore, and so they could embellish. They could talk about how great they are, how wonderful their ways are, how cool they are. Look at how awesome we are. We are these cool samurai. We're the best around, because remember, the samurai controlled the country, so the samurai could tell these awesome stories about themselves. We're so cool, guys. We would never stab someone in the back. We're just these honorable warriors. Our swords can cut lightning bolts in half. Aren't we just that awesome? This developed around the around the Edo period. When the West came to Japan and started opening up Japan, they heard all these stories, and that really captured Western idealism and drama and dreams. So the West started embellishing these too, and so when they were bringing stories back to America and Britain and the Western world, we were all hearing, wow, the samurai sound really awesome. These honorable Bushido warriors who would never stab someone in the back and are super honorable and super cool and all that kind of. So that's where that mainly came from. Before the Edo period, Japan was in constant war, almost ceaseless war with itself. And during these war-filled years, the samurai did whatever they needed to do to win. Assassinate, stab people in the back, sabotage, subterfuge, hire some ninja, hire some mercenaries. They did what they needed to do to win. That was how it worked. In fact, if you look through the history of the samurai, you will see that betrayals, backstabbing, all of that was incredibly common. Warlords betrayed each other all the time. Assassinations were commonplace. Thievery and sabotage happened. It was something that they did. That was how the samurai worked. So the way Jin Sakai behaved, so right now Jin Sakai, he's all like, I don't want to, I want to live honorably like my uncle told me to. I want to live honorably. I want to do the honorable thing. But later he's going to realize that the honorable way of doing things is not working. It's not going to win us the victories that we need to. And so that puts him in conflict with his uncle, right? Sorry to spoil it for those of you who haven't played it yet, but this is going to put him in conflict with his uncle for that reason. But if you were to ask a historical samurai who's right, they would say Jin was right. It is the modern day samurai weeaboos, the ones who think that the samurai were these Bushido crazed, honorific do-gooders who would say that the uncle is right. But here's something cool that I like about this game. Even though Jin Sakai's way of doing things is more historically accurate, the uncle's outlook is not without merit. Again, sorry for spoilers, but by the end of the game, when you win and you save Tsushima and all that fun stuff, something has changed in the people. Jin Sakai's willingness to be rebellious, to challenge the status quo, to challenge his uncle, to challenge the way the samurai acted, to strike back, to use peasant tactics, to do assassination and poison and undermine authority. They like this. And so it's very hard for the samurai to regain control of Tsushima, because now the people are in rebellion and revolt, and they've learned from Jin's actions, we don't need to follow oppressors. We can do what we want. And so Jin learns, oh wait, look, why are the peasants all gearing up for war? And his uncle explains, they want to go fight in China now. They want to take the fight to the Mongols. And he goes, no, we were just fighting to free our island. We don't need to take the fight to the Mongols. And he said, try telling them that. They won't listen to you. You've taught these people not to listen to authority. You've taught these people not to obey the status quo. So now that's how they're going to act. So there was some merit to what his uncle was trying to say. I'm not saying he was right, because Jin's definitely right. But what I like about the game is that both sides have merit. But anyway, now I've explained. Back to it. How's Lark, my parents, and the dog? My parents are doing great. The dog is, being her. And Lark is currently off playing games with his buddies. Yeah, get out of here. I need some new threads. What's the history homework for today? It's not my classroom, but I don't really have any homework to offer. These houses look incredibly good, too. There was a reason why the peasants had their swords taken after the Sengoku died? Yes, you're exactly right. There was a reason. The peasants had their weapons taken away so that there could be no more peasant revolts. Back in the day, anyone could become a samurai. Oh, hold on, what's it? Oh, okay, I missed some. Oh my, there are quite a few of you boys. Leader killed. Let's go. All right, we're good. Nobu, wait here. I'm going to check something real fast. Thanks for the history lesson. No problem, Nina. But like I said, Asian history was what I studied. It's a passion. Also, Raven, I started For Honor again. I'm even planning to do a D&D game. Sweet. Used to have been studying all day. My eyes are going cross-eyed. Boy, do I know how that feels. I remember learning most of my Japanese history from extra credits. Yeah, back in the good days, when extra credit was actually worth listening to. Now I just don't listen to them. Would you say the brutality of the Mongols is accurate? Yes. The Mongols were definitely brutal. But there was a reason for it. And their brutality had reason. Their brutality was not without merit. Quite often what they did was they would brutally savage one town, then warn the next town, hey, you want the same thing to happen to you? Surrender quickly. If they surrendered, they were very amiable, very friendly. They're like, hey, you're our brothers now. We're all cool. If they didn't surrender, well, and I'm going to, like, all right, get ready for it, you know. The Warrior's Code. I wish you were my creative writing teacher in school, Raven. I'd like that. I'd like to be a creative writing teacher again. Is it wrong to look up to Genghis Khan for what he did? I think Genghis Khan did some incredible things in history. You can't deny that. He did some very incredible and important things in history. He also did some barbaric and awful things in history. So it's fine to respect him for some of the things he did, but not everything he did.
休みたい。叔父上がいらっしゃれば島は救われるからな。そればっかりだね。勝てるはずのない戦を制してきたお方だぞ。お主は弟を助けた後どうする？実は考えてる暇はなかった。傷はどう？もう痛まない？ほぼ治った。お主の手当てのおかげだ。あんた心の内は明かさない男だね。
Again, I love that this is Zoro. Do you know about following foxes in this game? Yep, I remember that. I look at the incredible things he did, not the awful things, but I wanted to ask because I didn't want it to make it seem like I look up to Hitler. There are many people in this world who did atrocious things, but also did good things. Recognizing the good things they did doesn't mean you support everything they did. Like, I mean, for example, I love the knights in history. I think knights did incredibly good things in history. Does that mean they never did anything bad? Of course, they did bad things. Of course they did bad things. It's obvious. But I prefer to remember them and venerate them for the good things they did, not the negative. Do I acknowledge they did negative things? Yes. I acknowledge it, and I don't like it. But that doesn't mean that I just, like, only focus on that. By the night divine love when you're streaming your videos, bro. Thank you, Frankie. Appreciate that. Though it still surprised me how old he was when he actually went out to Mongolia to conquer most of the known world. He was literally in his late 30s, early 40s, and never got to actually rule it. Yeah, Genghis was a better conqueror than he was a ruler. He learned that late in his life. We must reject the pancakes versus waffles fallacy. Yeah, I like pancakes and waffles. I don't hate one over the other. Yeah, here he is talking about his code of honor. Yeah. So here he is, like, kind of talking about, oh, we need to, you know, there's an honorable way to do things, and I don't want to do the dishonorable thing, you know. Correct me if I'm mistaken, Raven, but a samurai with no honor is no samurai, right? Well, you've got to know what honor meant to the samurai. You got to know what honor meant to them. Honor to a samurai, historically, was obedience and success. A samurai was a servant. That's what it means. Samurai means service. It means to serve something or to serve someone. If a samurai is given an order and they reject the order or they fail to complete the order, that's a disgrace. They've lost their honor. To a samurai, honor is service. Raven's ancestors were hospitality, if I remember correctly, and they were doctors as well as warriors. Yep, you are correct. My ancestors were hospitallers. The hospitallers not only fought in wars, but they also built hospitals and protected them. Anyway, so Jin had a reason to go against his uncle. Jin realized that his uncle's way of doing things wasn't working. Raven, tell me what honor meant to the knights, Vikings, and Chinese if I had to choose a specific type of knight to go with the Templars. I actually made a video on that about what honor is to those different factions. I actually made a video about that some time ago. But I can explain it here as best I can. Let me pause real quick. So here's what honor meant to the different factions. We talked about the samurai. Let's go to the knights. To a knight, honor was bravery. It was courage. It was a code. It was ethical. It was usually theological. Usually when you were a knight, your honor dictated that you do what is right by your feudal lord and what is right by the church. Now, if you were just a typical knight in service to a king or a noble or a lord, then your honor was dictated by your ability to perform for that noble or lord. If you were a knight in service of a holy order, as in you answered to the church, then your honor was dictated by your theological backing and your ability to fight and die in the name of God. For the Vikings, honor was about glory, because the Vikings relished glory and deeds done. And so your deeds, your actions, your ability to perform and do big bombastic works was how you earned honor. The more victories you had, the more enemies you slayed, the more scars you took, this was how you gained honor, by proving yourself. To the Chinese, it really depends on the dynasty and the era, but for the most part, honor came from how you carried yourself, how people viewed you, what you could do for your family. Like, think back to Mulan, right? You know how everyone kept saying, Mulan, you dishonor your family, you bring your family dishonor? That was because she wasn't behaving the way a proper girl should at that time period. You have to carry yourself with a certain decorum. You've got to look the right way, act the right way, do the right things. You've got to be sort of fitted into the society, because your honor is carried through your ancestors and into the future. Like, if your ancestors, like, think about it like this. Your last name could be really important because your ancestors did great things. But if you do bad things, it's like shaming your ancestors. So a lot of it is about prestige and how you're treated. But anyway, okay, that's that. Chat, here's a personality quiz. Ladies, would you rather be a princess, mermaid, fairy, or witch? Maybe would you rather be a pirate, knight, Viking, or samurai? I find it funny that, oh, my fault. I went off the path. I find it funny that for the ladies, it's all about what fantasy creature do you want to be. For the guys, it's what historical warrior do you want to be. That's interesting. I'd want to be a knight, personally. I'm not sure I'd want to be a mermaid, just because, you know, stuck in the water all the time. Fairy would be kind of sucky, because I'm tiny. Princess, nah, they always got to get saved, don't they? Witch would be kind of cool. I could use magic. That'd be kind of sick. As for pirate, Viking, and samurai, samurai would be kind of cool, but it depends on the era. Pirate, I don't know. I don't like the idea of being a criminal. And Viking, nah.
Sakai, 怒りを抑えろ。人殺しになりたいか、こやつのように。我らは武士だ。
ですがおじゅうよ。罪人は人の命をもって 償わせねば。
目をそらすな。怒りや恐れで人を殺めてはならん。誉れを胸に切れ。敵を前にして背を向けてはならぬ。命を奪う時も相手を見据えろ。情けと覚悟を持て。それが侍の姿だ。虚に乗ずるは臆病の印。
Anyway. Social media inspire me, Raven. It's based on what you value. So girls who want to be princesses want power and structure. Guys who want to be pirates are rebellious and snarky. Ah, I got it. I get that. Samurai, Raven, or samurai a jack of all trades? They are trained in various things. Samurai have to understand a lot of stuff, but they aren't a jack of everything. Like, samurai wouldn't be trained in, like, farm. They wouldn't necessarily be trained as farmers. This is what an Assassin's game. This is what Assassin's Creed in Japan should have been. Not even a joke. To be fair, Raven, I'd be like Raven Queen from Ever After High after she's a rebel. I've never seen Ever After High. There are a lot of shows I haven't watched that apparently I needed to. People always bring up to me, hey Raven, have you watched this show or played this game? And I'm always like, no. I think I killed them all. Checking. Let's check the top tent. Ah, there's still one in here. Come on, big guy. And he's dead. Dead. Anyway. So if I were a fantasy bear, I'd be a fairy because I can steal stuff easily. Well, I mean, you're kind of tiny, aren't you? I don't know. Forgive me, Raven, I never saw you as a stealth game player. That was presumptuous. Oh, I love stealth games. I love stealth games. The problem is most people don't watch me play them. It's kind of sad. Usually if I'm not playing For Honor, most people don't want to watch it. so I just don't play them that often. But I love other games. There are lots of games I'd love to play for you guys, but I know most people won't watch. I'm surprised this game won the poll. Fairies tend to have magic. Yeah, I suppose. It depends on what kind of magic, I guess. I mean, if I were a fantasy creature, I mean, I'd want to be like a sorcerer or something so I could have magic, so I get that. But then again, I'd also like to be a centaur. You know, centaurs are so kick-ass, it's not even funny. Raven Queen is the daughter of the evil queen who poisoned Snow White in Ever After High. All the characters can follow their stories. Raven Queen wants to escape her fate and become a rebel. Oh, Raven Queen, huh? I don't know any Raven Queens, but okay. Some mermaids can grow legs on land too, depends on the story. Yeah, I know mine can. I'd say you should look into Mark of the Ninja, but if no one's going to be interested, I mean, that's the thing. I wouldn't mind looking into it, but the problem is I have to be careful about what games I play and choose to stream, because a lot of people aren't going to be interested in a lot of it, you know? It's one of those things, and I hate it, I really do, but that's something I have to wrestle with. Like, for example, when I play For Honor, I usually get about maybe 40 or 50 people watching. We've got about 23 now, which is great. I'm glad we have this many. But it kind of shows you, I will not get the same number. And so used to hearing these scenes in English. I prefer the Japanese. Not that the English voice cast does bad, but for me, since this is a Japanese game heavily inspired by Akira Kurosawa films, I just feel like the Japanese just works best. Plus, the voice actor for the Japanese dub of Jin is the voice actor for Zoro, who I'm like, dude, that's so awesome. Okay. Rock and roll, buddy. Up, Fox. Lead on, brother. Raven, I joined a HEMA fencing club. Awesome. Let's go, Fox. Come on. What a jump. What a place to build a shrine, huh? All right. Let's go ahead and start making our way in that direction. Come here, Nobu. Let's ride. Do I have a favorite Japanese fantasy creature? Mine is the kitsune. For me, it's either the Jorogumo, because I just studied their story a lot when I was growing up, or Yuki-onna. Yeah, the Yuki-onna is pretty cool too. Good climb. All right. Oh, that looks like a hot spring location. Let's get up there. No, it's a survivor camp. Never mind. What's ahead of that yokai? That's a woman's head on a snake body. I used to know that one. I forgot. Hold on. Let me look it up. Nure-onna. That's a Nure-onna. Nure-onna. That's an interesting name for it, though. Because Nure means wet. Nure does not mean snake. Nure means wet, so it's a wet woman. I just found that funny. Roxy? Who's Roxy?
お稲荷様のお使いと言われてますからね。見かけたら追いかけるのが基地でしょう。そうしよう。では。
The word for snake in Japanese is hebi, so it would not be so calling her a Nure-onna is a little interesting. I'm gonna guess they weren't particularly friendly yokai. No. Roxy's from Wing Club? I'm even more confused. Winx Club, a kid's cartoon that got a reboot recently. Give me a second, I'll look into that. Alright, Winx Club, what's that? Oh, yeah, I remember seeing ads for that when I was a kid. I actually remember seeing ads for that, believe it or not.
素材が足りないようですね。
礼を言う。
またお越しください。
But yeah, I actually do remember ads for that anime. Or show. Yeah, I don't know anything about the show other than the fact that it existed, so y'all will have to talk about that amongst yourselves. This may be the first time I've had so many the first time I've had so many women in my chat that can talk about this stuff. And yet somehow I always end up having people ask me about stuff like My Little Pony and Hell of a Boss and Hazbin Hotel and stuff. Weird how life works, isn't it? Oh yeah, I have a horse. What am I doing running? Get over here. Well, let's see, we've got Tech, we've got Christian, we've got Nina, and we've got Hannah, who I think is still here. So that's 4. Do I play Chivalry 2? I never got into it. I tried it. I just didn't get into it. I'm taking your flowers. Oh shoot, tablet's about to die. 1 second. I gotta get the charging cable. Ow. My back hurts. I need more sleep. Alright. Hold on, wait. I'm coming, buddy. Am I comfortable with you asking about yoga? Yeah, I don't mind.
道場はあの山の上にあります。
俺に勇気があったら浜に忍び込んで
助かった。ここまででよい。
あと一つお尋ねしても、先生はなぜ長尾家の指南役を退かれたんです？
Raven, I'm writing a story about a male witch hunter who's also a witch. Should I be really careful on what I say or write about when he does? Yeah, I mean, you should be careful anytime you're writing a story like that. Like, you always need to be careful and mindful of what you're writing and how. I would say that's a given, you know what I'm saying? Gotta always be thinking about that stuff. Never write carelessly. I'm scared crazy feminists will call me sexist since witches are seen as a feminist icon. The term witch hunter to refer to anyone magic is something that we've heard a lot in modern day too. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I wouldn't worry a bit about that, man. It's not a big deal. My class had to use AI for an assignment recently. The solution it gave for problems were stuff I heard before. That said, it's good at identifying problems, which is food for starting a business. I never understood why this sudden AI hate rose up out of nowhere. Like, I'm kind of like, you know, whenever you use Google Maps, you're using an AI, right? You know, whenever you ask Siri on your phone for information, you're using an AI, right? Like, I hate to be that guy, but we've been using AI in smaller forms for a while. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that AI should replace actual artists and stuff like that, but we had this scare craze for a while, and it's just all silly. It's all silly. Like, here's the thing. If you don't agree with AI, fine, don't agree with it. But I've been straight up attacked and treated like shit. Like, some time ago, I made a poll. No, I need to pause for this. I made a poll where I was going to bring back an old series, my Fantastical History series. And I was saying, hey guys, I'm thinking about bringing this back. Which one of these should I start with? And I said, dragon, orc, elf, or dwarf. And I said, you know what? I'd like to put images of a dragon, an elf, an orc, and a dwarf in a modern day setting, just to show that. But my artist friends who I normally ask for art were busy. They couldn't draw it. So I decided to use AR just to quickly slap together a few images. It wasn't going to be anything great. I was just using those as like a visual. And you know what I got? I got a bunch of comments from people saying, we're unsubscribing. How dare you use AI art? How dare you use AI art? Oh, this is so awful. This is so terrible. Who would use that? Oh God, like you're such a shitty person. I'm like, okay, well, we just won't do it. I just won't do the series. Not because I was planning on using AI, but because if your reaction to the poll is going to be focused on the art I chose to use to make it entertaining, then you don't deserve the effort I'm going to put into it. It's kind of like if my mom offered me ice cream. She said, do you want ice cream? Yes. And she gives me strawberry ice cream. I wanted chocolate. Okay, you just don't get ice cream. If you're going to complain about the method of the ice cream, if you're going to complain about the kind of ice cream you got when you're being offered it, you don't deserve the ice cream. Same thing here. I'm offering the return of a series, and you're complaining about the AI I used in the promotional material. All I can say to that is you don't deserve it. So yeah, I got really pissed off at that. If you don't like AI, fine. All you had to do is say, hey man, I hope you don't use AI in the actual thing. That's all you had to say. But a lot of them didn't say that. So yeah, the series isn't happening now.
菰田で待っておりました。
向かう途中で賊に襲われてな。
その賊を待ち構えていたと。
備えあれば憂いなしと言うだろう。志村殿も討ち死にか。良き男だったが。
無事です。しかし囚われの身に
望みはあるな。
実はその件でお力添えを。
できぬ。不肖の弟子に出奔されての。
手を貸しましょう。しかる後何卒ご助力を。
遅れを取るなよ。
Here's the thing, I don't pay Hannah or Jay for the art they do. They do it because they're my friends, and they're happy to help me. But because I'm not paying them, I cannot be like, hey guys, when are you working on this? Hey, can you do this last minute? Hey, I can't do that. That's not fair to them. That's not fair to Hannah or Jay for me to just do that. And then I had one person, this was funny. I had a person say, don't be such a cheapskate. Use some money to pay for an artist. And I'm like, pay me money and I'll do it. Pay me money and I'll pay for an artist. And he said, here's $30. And I'm like, do you know how much good art goes for? $30 might pay for a sketch. Good artists usually charge a high price. I've seen artists charge $100 to $200 for the kind of work Jay and Hannah do. It is not just throw $30 at the problem. I wish Hannah were here right now. She would have laughed.
砦は日吉の近く。
次は日吉が狙われる
な。争った跡が。
襲われたか調べる。
米と泡、手つかずだ。
不意を撃たれたな。
血の跡わずかだが。
死者はおらぬな。
Many concerns for air relate to stealing ideas and environmental concerns. It uses a lot of water, with some people asking to stop showering because of AI-powered centers. I haven't heard the water bit, but I understand the fear about copyright, and I'm not saying that shouldn't be something we're concerned about, but just losing their mind, but people losing their mind over it, I think is a step too far.
結構な弓です。
そうであろうと。増えての者がかような弓を引くなど考えるだに心が痛む。
それほどの品を私に？
早とちりをするでない。だがお主の腕次第で貸してやってもよい。戦の前に試しておくか。手前にある灯籠を狙ってみろ。よし、次は奥の灯籠だ。左だぞ。まずまずだ。さらに遠くの的ではどうかの？的が遠ければ矢は落ちると教えたろう。どう思った？
手に馴染みますな。
そうであろう。大事にすることだ。行くぞ。
この弓があれば菰田でも。
How's the weather? It's been rainy.
戦を決めるのは人だ。武具ではない。
猛虎の兵器は火を吹くのです。
Ooh, sorry. We can talk about other stuff.
お弟子殿がいればよいが。
All right, later, Sam. Have a good one, man.
上からなら備えがよく見えよう。この辺りがよかろう。
私が入って門を開けます。あとは共に。
せいてはことを潜んじるという言葉があるぞ。
ではどうしろと。
まあ少し落ち着け。奴らは石膏を探しに兵を出すはずだ。門を開いた刹那に飛び込むぞ。
長引けばそれだけ巴殿が危うくなります。
心配は無用だ。戦場をよく見ろ。何か役に立つものはないだろう。
蜂の巣だ。いれば足止めになるよ。
針と矢で猛虎を穴だらけにする算段か。
樽で痛手を与えられるよ。
やる甲斐はあるの。
松明を撃ち落とせば火花が飛びましょう。
火事を起こせるな。
騎兵の数が多い。
だが腕前はわしらが勝る。門が開いたら敵を引きつける。矢の雨を降らせてやる。
Okay, Atla, bye.
よし、あとは待つの。
Man, tonight took a negative turn, didn't it?
門が開きます。
わしの合図を待て。まだだぞ。今だ。奴らをメイドへ送ってやれ。
中にも敵が。
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people left. It's whatever. No, it's fine, Nina. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Nina. It's fine. It's what it is. This night went downhill fast.
捕虜を撃つと
縛られ矢の的にされたか。
巴は待て、これは巴のもの。辺りを調べる。
もうこの矢ではない。
これは巴の矢だ。
確かですか。
鹿の角の矢はずはわしが教えた。海わしの矢羽もな。
弓を奪われたのでしょうか。
それにしては狙いが正確。もうこの兵なんぞにできぬ系統だ。
巴に弓を使わせたのか。巻物。もうこの言葉で弓について書かれている。あなたの名もここに。
わしの教えを猛虎に売ったということか。誰かが住んでおったようだ。
女子の衣服。
巴のものだ。
釈放されていたのか。なぜだ。
こえたか。
島のものです。
寒い。
女を探しておる。弓取りだ。
俺と同じ檻にいた女です。でも奴は解放され弓を受け取ると女房を殺しやがった。他の奴らも。
あのムクロ、
己の腕を敵に売り込み寝返りおったか。
頼む、言ってよ。死にたくない。
長いは無用。行くぞ。殺しておれば
なんと。
自由を得るため巴は敵についたのだ。
なぜそのような。先生。
わしが追い詰めたのだ。
追い詰めた。ご説明を。先生、お答えください。
わしを襲ったのは賊ではない巴だ。
なぜ。
武士の本懐を理解しておらぬからだ。
あなたのせいで
Alright, good night,
願
Nina.
ったのでは。
己に何がわかる。
本意をお聞かせください。
わしの弓術を猛虎に奪われるわけにはいかぬ。
ならば止めねば。
お主の助太刀はいらぬ。
いや、いるはずです。勝利は人がもたらすもの。武具にあらず。
お主も立派に育ったな。巴を仕留めるぞ。わしのやり方でな。
そして叔父上の救出にお力添えを。
まあ約束しよう。手はずを整えておく。時が来たら道場に来い。
我らだけでは勝てません。もっと味方を集めれば。
生きておるかは分からんが足立政子殿を探せ。対馬随一の女武芸者だ。
All right. Another side story completed. Deciding what to get. Probably go with this one. We'll also need to upgrade our stances too. But we need more points for that. Might do that too later. First might be a good idea to do the Lady Masako thing. let's see. We could go back and go ahead and do his next thing. Wouldn't be too hard. Raven, were there any samurai who mastered the bow because they weren't very good with close quarters combat? Every samurai was expected to master the bow. In fact, it was actually more prevalent that they know the bow before they knew the sword. Before the katana was the soul of the samurai, the Yumi bow was the soul first. So yeah, every samurai was expected to know the basics of archery.
お侍様、ちょうど西行様のお言葉を思い出していたところです。心を清めるにはまず体を清めろとか。
里いお方のようだな。晩年はもっぱら湯に浸かって過ごしたのだろう。
ですが少しは特進がいきませんか。癒しの水、清めの湯気、紅葉の葉から漏れる光。戦に向けて心を研ぎ澄ますには湯に浸かるのが一番でしょう。
そうかもしれんな。湯に入りたくなってきた。
Cool. Oh, it's over there. Okay, we'll check it out. Let's mark it. That way I get to it a lot easier. After I get to this location, I'll probably call it. My mood's kind of shot, if I'm being honest. Ah, hot spring. Cool. That'll help. Increase health and everything.
Bushido が生きておいででよかった。教えを授けてくださった生涯一の恩人。失うわけにはいかん。
I started watching Piranha and Glory. I'm shocked I didn't watch it sooner. It's so good. Thank you. Thank you. Do I plan on playing Yote? Maybe. I want it to come out first and then we'll see. Alright. I think that's where I'm going to call it, guys. Mood kind of went downhill after a lot of people rage quit. Not everyone, but a few people I think left because of the AI talk, which it's my fault. Shouldn't have gone into it, but it's still a sore spot for me, and people are having to go anyway, so I'm going to call it. Thanks, guys, for watching. Tomorrow's Monday, so we'll be reading some more Monster Club, if I still have fans who want to listen to that. And I will see you guys in my next video. Take care.